Alright, this is just going to be a quick video over the gear that I have, the talents that I use, macros that I use, as well as the route that I take when I do Uldaman. So first things first, as far as gear goes, I use the azerite pieces for longstrider, so for the helm, the shoulders, and the chest. I have a 2% increased speed enchant to the back. I have the 2 movement speed increased gems, the 5% one and the 3% one. And then I just have speed here and there on all pieces of gear. And then also I have Nitroboost attachment from engineering to the belt. If you don't know, when you're inside a dungeon, when you use Nitroboost, there is only 1 point of failure as opposed to 2. So you could, it could fail and you could end up losing a chunk of your health, but it doesn't happen too often, thankfully. So most of the time you're going to get use out of this and you're going to get that huge movement speed increase. But the other point of failure, which doesn't happen in dungeons, is it would knock you up in the air. Since that doesn't happen, you have less points of failure, so I get use out of this Nitroboost belt attachment quite often. It doesn't fail that often for me. So besides that, my movement speed is 197. That's from the gear that I just showed, as well as the passives from talents. So for the pet, I have pathfinding, which you get from cunning. You just need to get a cunning pet. Normally pathfinding would be 8% increase to movement speed, but with the talent aspect of the beast, you can increase that by 50%, which will get up to 12. The other movement speed, passive movement speed, is Trailblazer, which would increase it by 30%. Most of the time you're going to be in combat, so you're not going to get a whole lot of use out of this, except for the fact that there will be points in the instance where you can use your pet to attack for you, so you can get more use out of Trailblazer, because if your pet attacks by you not using any of your abilities and instead using its abilities, you will still keep Trailblazer on you. So you will be able to keep that 30% movement increase for, a few periods here and there, and I'll show that off in my route that I take inside the instance. Other movement speed increase is from Posthaste, which is going to increase your movement speed by 50% whenever you use Disengage. Disengage doesn't have a long cooldown, so this is pretty nice. There's no reason not to take it, in my opinion, so you should definitely pick that up for Disengage. You're going to be disengaging a lot if you pick Hunter. As far as the rest of these goes, none of the rest are really all... Well, I take that back. One more important talent that I like to use as a hunter is Barrage. There are a lot of points inside the instance where a lot of the mobs are spread out, and I find that using Barrage clears them up very fast. And if you pair that up with a Looterang, you're going to find a lot of points where you can loot one set of mobs, use Looterang on the other set of mobs, and you'll have that entire section, that big area of just open space with mobs spread out everywhere, cleared out and looted very quickly. So Barrage is very handy, and I'll show that off in my route as well. Chimera Shot, I find a few points where there are mobs that are spread out from each other where I can use this. It'll hit the 2 mobs, and then there will be a set of mobs that come after those 2 that I hit that I can clear out with a multi-shot, and I'll show that as well. Alright, so that's talents. Alright, before I get to the macros, I just wanted to give a little bit of information about how, as a hunter, I'm getting inside and outside the instance so quickly and efficiently. So I use scenarios to do that, and I'm going to show that off in this video. So we're going to go ahead and make our way to where we need to get into a scenario. Alright, so whenever I am done with Uldaman for the day, I will teleport back to Dalaran, and then I'll take this route. When I'm ready to go back to Uldaman, I will do this route getting back to it. So I'm going to leave Dalaran, and I'm going to go to Orgrimmar. Alright, we're going to go to the Jade Forest. Alright, And then we're going to fly all the way down here into the Valley of the Four Winds and get to the Mugushan Palace. Alright, we're in the palace. So you're just going to talk to this guy, the Lord Master Fu, and then you're going to select the Brew Moon Festival. Now we're going to wait, we're going to hop in, and then I'm going to show the macros that I'm using. Alright, here we are. This is a great scenario to be in for 2 reasons. Number 1, if you have a mount that you can vend your stuff to really quick, as soon as you pop in, you can do that. Also, having the mailbox is very handy for anything that is notable that you can send off to your banker. Alright, so macros. The 2 macros that I'm using mainly are the reset one for reset the instance. So whenever I hop out and am teleporting right next to the instance, I'm going to use this. Nothing too crazy. And also the other one, the teleport out and teleport in to instance. So that's this. And this is, I set up a stopwatch whenever I use the macro as well. The reason why I set up a stopwatch is that if you are not inside this instance 5 minutes after you teleport out, it will completely boot you out of the group, the scenario, so you won't be able to teleport back to it. So with the macro, I'm just keeping track of how long I've been out. It's just a nice little handy way to do that. So just, all right. So I'm going to use the teleport out button right now. Teleports me out. It's going to put us right back where we were, which was at the palace. And then you see with the stopwatch, it's starting to tick down. All right. So now I'm going to hearth to New Kargath, which is going to be in the Badlands near Uldaman. All right, now let's head on over to the instance, and I will show my route. All right, here we are at the instance. As you can see, I have 3 minutes left before I'm booted out of the group, so I'm going to go ahead and teleport back to Brew Moon, so that way we can reset and have 5 more minutes as we start and finish Uldaman. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and eat Bear Tartare. It's not really that big at this point, but just helps slightly, so may as well. As we go in, all right, I'm going to disengage. I'm going to use Chimera Shot. I'm going to clear that up, loot fast, use my Nitroboost belt, multi-shot those, loot the middle one so it loots all of them, barrage these groups here, loot, kill this last one if he didn't get cleared up, loot, Chimera Shot those 2 since they're spread out most of the time, looterang them, and then disengage for the boost. And as we wait for Barrage to come up, I kill that, kill this guy, Barrage is back up. So we clear out this room. I loot that guy, I looterang that guy out there. I use Aspect of the Cheetah. We already looted those guys, so very easy. If all those guys are glumped up together right there with Grimlock, I will multi-shot them, but I decided to Chimera Shot them since they were kind of spread out. I barrage this room to clear them out really quick, and then we'll clear out these guys here, loot, everything's looted in that room. I select the middle Cleft Scorpid so I can multi-shot kill all of them, and then I will kill that bat, loot that Scorpid, and then looterang those, and then this Basilisk kill, barrage these, clears them out really quick, loot the Basilisk or the Scorpid, whatever it ends up being. For this group, I just do 2 multi-shots to clear them out quick. And if I don't see one to loot very fast, I just looterang them. Sometimes you can't loot one in particular, and you just sit there for a little bit trying to figure out which one you can loot. I just use looterang. Barrage all these guys so you can clear them out quick. We'll come back and loot them in a minute. I Chimera Shot those 2, so those guys all clump together, and I can multi-shot. And then I'm going to use my pet to attack there, so that way I keep my Trailblazer up. So I keep my 30% movement speed increase. I will keep my pet to attack that one as well. I could have disengaged there, I wasn't really paying attention, but here I'm going to use Nitroboost again. And then we're going to clear out this group really quick. And here I can use disengage since I didn't use it earlier. And then I will Chimera Shot those two, loot that middle one, kill this guy. If the pet's up close, I will use the pet to attack instead. Multi-shot the middle Scorpid there to clear that out. Then barrage this group really fast. Loot the dwarf there, you'll loot the whole room. And then we'll kill these two, multi-shot this. I'll have the pet attack that middle one there, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to multi-shot those early, so that way if I don't kill Grimlock in one shot, my auto-shot kills them. We'll loot that. Alright, well, we got one extra. So the reason why I usually kill that guy right there is that I can loot him and I can loot the whole room, but because I failed that and I had one Trog come up, I had to kill him and loot most of the room as a result instead of the whole room. Alright, loot those, and then I wait to kill these, and there we go. Sometimes they're nicely clumped up together and you can multi-shot and kill them all at once, but unfortunately they weren't there. Barrage those, have the pet attack this, we'll disengage, hit the middle thing. Sometimes you'll get the whole group there. We didn't there, unlucky. And now I'm going to barrage again. Clear most of those out. It won't clear all of them all the time, but I'll have a pet attack, clear up the rest, so I can keep pressing on the altar. I keep the pet there, right behind the boss, and then I use the pet to attack, looterang, disengage, loot, teleport out. Alright, so now I hop on the mount, and then sell junk button, or you can use the hotkey for sell junk. For me, I think it's set to Control Shift Alt 1, so I just quickly sell all that junk. Alright, that was my route that I take as a hunter. I just want to say, pick whatever class you enjoy playing the most, get a speed set for them, and test out to see if you're able to complete the dungeon in 5 or less minutes. If you're able to do that and you are still enjoying playing that class, you can use the Brew Moon trick to teleport in and out of the dungeon efficiently. Even if you are a druid or a monk who already has an ability to teleport in and out, if you're able to complete the instance in 5 or less minutes, you can also use this to instantaneously teleport in and out without having to wait for any cooldown to come back up to be able to teleport back to the instance. So just wanted to say that there isn't really any one particular reason why I play the Hunter besides I just enjoy it. I find it relaxing. Barrage is a very nice perk as a Hunter because I'm able to clear out big areas with spread out mobs. As you were able to see during my run, there's a few areas where when I used Barrage, it just completely clears, almost clears up everything in that one large area. But using this Hunter, I'm able to complete the instance in a little over 4 minutes each run, which I find comfortable enough for me. Sure, you can have the most efficient set in the world and probably do this in 3 or so minutes, I assume at this point, with maybe a monk or a druid, I have no idea, but yeah, just play whatever class you want. But that was my route as a Hunter. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.